this one girl, Abby, who Billy met at
Yeah, Direct Thunder. I know Abby. Yeah, shout out Abby.
She has so many times just been like, I had such a bad day, and I put one of your songs on, and my anxiety was gone. Like here, I don't.
What a nice girl.
Everyone can just trash my music. I heard that. I'm good. Like that's the most rewarding part, because we don't make like traditional music where it's like we are, gonna put someone down, or we're gonna talk about shooting someone or doing drugs. Like our music is to
fuck
get
that
you,
pussy. Like
it's
right.
literally to get you to take action. And when people do that, it's like they're listening. They're actually listening to what we're saying, and that's the coolest part.
It's time for the Garage Boozing Podcast.
What's up, nerds, and welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. I'm your host, the man with absolutely no plan, the Chase with the face for radio, Chase Shurga. And boy, do I have one hell of an episode for you guys today. This is part 2 of my fantastic conversation with 2/3 of the 518, aka Upstate New York's Big Three, Jay Sway and Kolbie G. And man, we are ready to be locked in. If you heard the episode last week, we were only getting started. This is part 2 of that fantastic conversation, and I know you're going to love it. So without further ado, folks, you know what time it is. It's time to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, crack open a cold one, and if you're really feeling fruity, take a shot. Why not? Because this week's episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast starts now.
So for both of you, what's your favorite part about being an artist?
I think seeing how you can inspire people. I didn't even know that I would have, or we would have, this impact on people. Like performing is the most adrenaline rush I've ever gotten in my life. It was so cool and so fun.
I can only imagine like sitting there being on a stage like Frog Alley, something like that.
That was
right?
crazy.
Dude,
like,
yeah. I wanted to go so bad. I even told Billy I was going, and at the last minute, like I couldn't make it. I was like, oh shit.
There was so many people there, and like seeing that many people there for you, but then seeing like there's so many people that have reached out to us, like, you don't even understand what this song did for me. Like, and I was just sitting there writing it about like an experience I had, or we were writing it about something we had, and they're like, this song is like saving my life. This song, this one girl, Abby, who Billy met at
Direct Thunder. I know Abby. Yeah, shout out Abby.
She has so many times just been like, I had such a bad day, and I put one of your songs on, and my anxiety was gone. Like here, I don't.
What a nice girl.
Everyone can just trash my music. I heard that. I'm good. Like that's the most rewarding part, because we don't make like traditional music where it's like we are, gonna put someone down, or we're gonna talk about shooting someone or doing drugs. Like our music is to
fuck
get
that
you,
pussy. Like
it's literally to get you to take action. And when people do that, it's like they're listening. They're actually listening to what we're saying, and that's the coolest part.
And I relate to that 100% because like one of my listeners, a good friend of mine, Matt. Hey, shout out Matt. So he sent me a DM like a year and a half ago, right when the podcast was like going up. He's a UPS truck driver, so like not like the little UPS vans, but like the big ass like trucks. So like he's driving shit all over, and he sent me a DM one day, and he's like, hey bro, I just want to let you know, like your podcast like literally like saved my life. He's like, dude, sometimes I'm driving, I get so tired, but I throw on your podcast and I'm like awake, I'm listening, I'm totally engaged, and like, dude, thank you so much. And I'm like, dude, just that one message, like you can shit on me all you want, but I hear something like that, I'm like, bro, this is why I do what I do. I don't care if I have 2,000 people listening to this, 500 people listening to this, whatever. Yeah. Something like that. Like if I'm making a small little impact on one life, that's fucking cool.
That's all you could ask for, is the inspiration. People actually listening to messages that you're spreading and taking action. I made a song because you guys are doing it. I'm starting my podcast because you said to chase your dreams. I quit my job and started doing what I actually love because you talked about sacrificing things and doing this, going to get it. It's the coolest thing ever.
It's to change people's lives. Eventually, it changes your life as well. Like, because you're changing so many people's lives. Yeah, basically, and it's cool too because like I used to listen to music simply to heal myself. Like I'd put
music
plug in the headphones.
Music is heal for sure.
Exactly, and now I'm able to do that for other people. So it just gives me so much inspiration, and that's really why I do it, honestly, just because I want to inspire anybody who's listening. It doesn't matter like what age, what location, where you are, what you're doing, as long as you're inspired. That's what matters. And
Go fucking do it.
yeah, just go do it.
Take action. I made that post today. Like, we live in a world of so many people saying, I would love to do this. I would love to do that. I want to do that. I want to do this. You can. We live in a world where you can. Just no one takes action. The hardest part is starting.
And you're the only person holding you back.
Yeah, like if you want to make a podcast, like all you got to do is start that podcast. You don't have to have a plan for what it's going to be about. Just interview someone. Start talking about something.
I got one for you. You could either say one day or day one.
Yeah.
Shit.
You decide.
Shit. Wow. Fire.
You know what's sick about music is you could think back to like a time in your life and someone could ask you a question and you can instantly think of a song that like relates to that.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Dude, you can hear a song and be like, holy shit, I remember when I was here and doing this. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I remember when I was crying, I listened to this song when I was the happiest I've ever been. This was the song that was like going through my head. You know, when I needed to get pumped up before a game, this song brought me back to this moment in high school, this moment in college. Like, it's so cool.
Absolutely.
That's another thing, too, like creating memories, like with our own sound. And, like, just think about how many, like, memories that we're going to create with ourselves and people that listen to us. So, and, you know.
We always send those pictures because we always take pictures of each other when we're recording at your house or my house.
We're going to look back at that one day.
We're going to look back at this one day when we're in, like, a big studio and just be like, we're at Sway's house with his old laptop. That's
Remember this?
That's
literally
missing
a
buttons.
laptop as big as this, like a little. We had a USB
you
mic at the
gotta see
time.
what we record on.
You wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't believe it.
It's got this keyboard's got like 6 buttons.
That's the same keyboard I've had forever. Like my uncle actually got me that keyboard that laptop for school back in high school, but I refused to use it for school and just like downloaded a bunch of studio stuff on it, and it's been golden ever since.
Yeah, it's insane.
Holy shit.
And even cooler, a couple months ago, we were at the studio and we had a show at Rivers Casino, and everybody got paid like in total. It was altogether it was $500. Well, I guess like everybody like went kind of behind my back in a good way, and went out and got a laptop and a new mic like set for me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and they Kolbie and Billy surprised me at the studio with it, so I'm actually using a new microphone right now. I'm still dedicated to my old laptop. I haven't moved on yet. I'm in the process of doing that, but
that's hard.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, I really appreciate you so much for that, bro. That was incredible.
That's badass. Good friends right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just cool getting paid $500 to
right?
perform your music, and then we were like, let's pay it back. Like, Sway engineers all our stuff, like let's step it up for him, and we all did. It was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, that's good shit. So Sway, what would you say is your favorite part of being an artist?
Just being able to change people's lives, kind of basically exactly what Kolbie said, but just in our own way, like being able to make a difference in any way you can, just because like you know that we're not really like nothing's what's the word I'm looking for? Nothing's really set. You know what I mean?
Set in stone.
Yeah, nothing's really set in stone. So if you make the most of like what you can do in the moment, and just being able to inspire whoever like in that moment and change whoever life, like that's enough for me, honestly. Like that's all I need. That's all I need is like just to be able to change someone's like how you said, like wake up one day and not really feel into it, maybe hear one of our songs and be like, I can do it now. Like just simple as that. It doesn't even have to be much. Just as long as like it changes your life or your mindset or any type of way in a positive way, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to do it in a negative way. The old music that I used to make, I used to get people's DMs like messaging me telling me, "Yo, bro, I just robbed somebody to your songs." Like I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. And you know I had to grow with the flow. So and that's led me to where I am now, and that's why I love music, because it has such an impact no matter who's listening. And it could be negative or it could be positive, but I just want to be on the positive side of things. Always have been.
Fucking love that.
You know what's pretty cool is like you refer to us as artists. I feel like we never get that. It's always like just.
Well, music's an art, dude.
No, it is, but I feel like most people just like, oh, you're a rapper, you're a singer.
Oh,
like,
we hate that.
You say artist, it's like just cool to be referred to as.
Yeah,
like
fuck yeah, dude. The Big Three. Tell me about the Big Three. How did the Big Three get formed? And by the way, I love the name the Big Three because it's so simple. But it says a lot, you know what I mean?
I think I came
You
up with
called
the
us
name.
the Big Three
Yeah.
just randomly one
So
day.
we were actually at a I think it was a show or something, and I had us like all get into a circle, and we all just like formed like this little
we all
like
knuckle
triangle,
touched
yeah,
like
knuckle
this.
touch. And we just like I said mad serious. I was like the Big Three.
Was this like when you all performed at Frog Alley? Or like,
Nah, this was in like and
Before
Glens
that?
Falls, I think.
Yeah,
At the 42
it was
degrees.
like Glens Falls. We didn't even really have a name. or
42
anything.
degrees. I forgot they had a bar.
Shout out 42.
Yeah, I've only been there that one time. I think.
42 degrees. Get it? 420.
But no, I mean it started first like Billy wanted to make music on his own after he gave me a pep talk about making music, and then he started making songs by himself. Made a couple songs with Sway. Then Billy made a couple songs with me. I made a couple songs with Sway, and we were like, why don't we just all get together on one song? And then we did, and that first song was fire.
Yeah, it was.
That one came out, and we were like, all right, we made 2 songs in one day. Well, we made Get What You Want, and then me and you made I'm Doing It. All of a sudden, we weren't supposed to do that, and we just found that beat. And I wrote a verse in 4 seconds, and then you wrote a hook in 10 seconds. And then from there, we started putting stuff out, and then Sway called us the Big Three one day.
That's really the way we work. We work off like the energy and the vibes. Like we're not just gonna sit there and like and like wait days to write something. Like we could just find a beat, and if the energy's right and the vibes are right, then we'll get that done in an hour easily.
Yeah.
Easily. And I remember before we even started this, Kolbie was messaging Billy and I saying, dude, I don't know, man, I got a little writer's block. No more writer's block.
I couldn't write a song for like 3 months.
Until he met us.
I was just like, I can't. I got nothing. Like I would hear a beat and just be like, nothing. I got, nope, not coming to me. Couldn't put anything down. And then he was like, try this. And then it went away once I met them. I think it was just in my own head.
Yeah, it was history.
Funny story about Billy Floyd. So obviously we're all locked in. We all got the bracelet on, right?
Yep, we're
locked
all locked in.
We fucking love it, right? So first time my dad always listens to my podcast. He's one of my biggest supporters. Shout out, Dad. And he heard Billy Floyd for the first time. He's like going nuts. He's like, oh my God, that guy's awesome, blah, blah, blah. So my dad actually works at the Adirondack Thunder. He's an off-ice official. So he like does the scoreboard, shit like that. Like he does the shot clock, whatever. All the different jobs there. Yeah. So he knew of Billy Floyd, right? So the first time he walks up to Billy Floyd after listening to the podcast, he goes up to Billy and he's like, I'm locked up, baby. I'm locked up.
Locked up.
And Billy's like, what? My dad's like, locked up, man. And Billy's like, no.
That's not me.
He's like, we don't want to be locked up. We want to be locked in. And my dad was so fucking embarrassed after that, dude.
I mean, listen, at least he had the courage to go up to him and talk. Most people just won't say anything.
Right. But it's just so funny because my dad's like all excited. He's like,
Pumped
locked up, dude. And Billy's like, no, we don't want to be locked up.
That's amazing.
It's so fucking.
What are we going? Are we going to prison?
Yeah, right? So then the next week, my dad's like, oh, yeah, locked in, man. Yeah, locked in. So my dad actually has his locked in bracelet that he wears every day now that he got it correct.
So many people, dude, wear these. I'll be
so many
somewhere,
people.
and they're like, do you know Billy Floyd? I'm like, yeah, I know Billy Floyd. Like, of course I know.
I'm like, that's
Billy.
my best friend.
Yeah,
Yes,
literally.
sir.
Yeah. And every time you have locked in, everyone knows where it came from. It's crazy.
Dude, it's funny because I literally never take this bracelet off.
Me either.
Like, I
Neither do
shower
I.
with it on. I never take it off. I jerk off with it on.
The cool thing is I have like a few. So like sometimes like
Sorry, Dad.
If I wanna exchange, I'll like, oh, I'm feeling yellow today. I'm feeling orange. I'm feeling red. There's just so many options. And then he'd give us a little sweatshirts. You're feeling blue, feeling red, whatever. It's just locked in at all times.
Dude,
no matter
like
what.
literally, the last time he was here, he literally like had a handful of these.
He carries a bag around.
Yeah, he's like, here you go. And I'm like trying to grab them. They're falling on the floor. I'm like, oh shit.
No, he comes to work out with me, and he'll bring a bag. And if he gets going in a conversation with a random person he met, like in my workout class, he'll give him one. I have them. I give them out to people that I feel like earned it.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Because I have like what do you say? A plethora? That's a big word. I'm not good at big words, but plethora of them. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Am I using the right word?
Yeah, because Sammy Adams in one of his raps says, I have a plethora of my vocab, which means like,
Many.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, multiple.
So I could be wrong by the way I'm using, but anyway, I have a lot of them, and like at
in
first,
abundance.
in abundance, that means a lot. But so yeah, I was giving them out to people at first, and I was like, wait a second, hold on, like, are these people actually locked in? Like, I want to make sure someone's actually locked before I give it to them. You got to earn this bracelet, you know? If you're not locked, you're not getting the locked in bracelet.
No, you can't.
Yep.
And like, I've given them to people, and they're like, "Yo, I don't take this off," because I remember the conversation.
That's the best thing
we had when you gave it to me, and I see people wear it, and they're like, "I'm locked in." And some people think like that comes from me, and I'm like, no, it's like one of my boys' things, but I absolutely love it.
It lives through us. It lives through us.
It does, 100%.
Absolutely. It's fucking great. I recently just came back from a cruise. That's why the Garage Boozing podcast is now on season 3. We took a little break for a little bit. You know, like, times are tough in the winter. It gets cold in the garage. It's not heated out here. Right? I got a little heater plugged in the wall, which actually it's kind of all right now.
Yeah,
but
I knew to bundle up, you know?
Yeah, I loved it because some people don't. Some people would come here in the winter and wear a short sleeve shirt. I'm like, oh, you're doing it wrong. It's a fucking garage. But anyway, so yeah, we took a little winter vacation. I went on a cruise with my girlfriend, had the time of my fucking life on the Norwegian Bliss, which you've been on.
Yeah.
You've been on that boat.
Yeah. Oh, wait, now that you say Bliss, I'm thinking that...
He fucking lied to me. He fucking lied to me.
Which one is that? Well, there was a...
Which one is it? The Norwegian Bliss.
I might have been on that one. I don't know. I was thinking the nightclub in the ship was called Bliss, so that's why I was thinking Norwegian
It's
Bliss.
not even the same cruise line. He just fucking
No,
lied.
I've been on like 8 Norwegian cruises.
Oh, you've been on a lot of cruises.
Yeah, they're the best vacation ever.
Oh my God, amazing.
Now I gotta go book one.
Dude, it's not.
You never been on a
close.
cruise?
Never.
And
Highly
they're
recommend.
cheap as hell right now.
Yeah,
because
dude. Yeah, so like I won my cruise last year at Saratoga Casino. So
Wow.
they have a relationship with the Norwegian Cruise Line, and basically, long story short, I wanted a small little inside room, cruise for 2, like little like inside stateroom.
Yeah,
but
you don't leave. You're not in that room very often.
I wasn't even in the room because I upgraded the shit out of it. So when you win a cruise at the casino, you have to like call a 1-800 number to book it. You can't just do it online because then like you see how much money you're spending. And you're like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I call up, how you doing, sweetheart? Oh, that's the girl I had on the phone, right? She's like, well, if you spend an extra $400, you get the balcony, you get this. Well, if you want the spa package, you get this. So long story short, my free cruise ended up spending me like $5,000, but it was worth it. It was cool, fantastic.
No doubt.
Yeah, like a cruise is the best dude. It's literally like a giant resort / hotel in water.
Wow.
So like it's literally
They got
moving
bowling alleys and shit.
Dude, there's so much you can do. There's go-karting, there's laser tag, there's water slides, there's pools, there's comedy, like literally stand-up comedy, there's fucking Broadway shows, all the food you can eat. Like, it's amazing.
It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how they do it.
But they do
nuts.
Well, they have people like me that go to the casino, which was on the 7th floor,
True.
which is the entire 7th floor. And I'm not going to talk about how much money I lost, which is very...
I went every day.
Me too.
When I went, how many years ago was this?
Oh, it was bad.
I was 22. So, you know how you can't open the casino until they're like a certain distance off the shore?
Yes, I was so mad because I'm drunk and I'm like trying to put my money in. It's like disabled.
So I had to wait until the sail away party ended to go down to the casino. I put $40 into the Wheel of Fortune slot because I'm just like, whatever.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, we've been partying all day. So I'm like, all right. I just put 40 in. I'm down to my last $1.80, I think it was. I click. I get 3 Wheel of Fortunes. Start spinning on the top. It stops on 1,000. The guy behind me goes, wow, you just won $1,000. I was like, let's go. That's how I started off my cruise.
Wow.
You're the only person I've ever heard of winning money on a cruise. Because,
I was so pumped. I ran over to my mom and gave her $100. I was like, thanks for taking me on this vacation. Like, the $100 is really doing anything, but...
I'm so jealous of you because literally, like, if I work right next to Saratoga Casino. So, like, sometimes if I'm not doing anything, like, the girlfriend doesn't want to hang out, I'm like, what do you do? I go to the casino, spend a couple $100. Yeah. Sure. I'll sit there for 5 minutes. I'll hear jackpot all around me. Right?
You.
On the cruise, nothing, dude. Like, everyone's losing money. Like, literally, I didn't hear a single jackpot. I'm getting so pissed. So I'm going there every day.
They always have those tournaments and stuff. Like the slot tournaments.
Slot tournaments, which are literally like whoever wins the most, you're just going pop, 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 pop.
You watch people hit those. It's insane how fast they're hitting those buttons.
They're really like the fucking whack-a-mole, like with a fucking slot machine. It's crazy. But I didn't win the slot tournament, which I did enter myself in. But long story short, lost money. It was upsetting. But cruise, great idea. You should do it.
My mom's like, why don't you book this for your honeymoon? She keeps sending me a bunch of cruises. I'm like,
it's so funny you say that because like, so when I won the free cruise last year, I won it in February, and I had to book it by June. So at the time, I wasn't dating my girlfriend. So my friend Caitlin was supposed to go with me originally, and she was like, "Well, why don't you tell them it's our honeymoon? I bet you they'll like give us a bunch of free stuff." So I'm like, "Oh shit, that's a good idea." So I call the number, and I'm talking to the lady who was like this, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's our honeymoon." Blah blah. She's like, "Oh my god! All right, so what kind of wine do you like? White and red. We'll have a bottle in the room for you." Wow. So I'm like, Sauv Blanc, Merlot. And you say, "Oh, don't worry about it, honey. You want the beds pushed together?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's my honeymoon." I'm like, "Of course." So, dude, so funny, right? So then I start dating my girlfriend. And then I tell Caitlin, I'm like, "Yeah, just so you know, sorry. Like, I'm going to bring my girlfriend on the cruise, obviously." So I call the cruise line. I was like, "Hey, yeah, just so you know, I got to switch the person out, blah, blah, blah." And like, "Oh, so no more honeymoon." I'm like, "No, actually, like, we got engaged. Like, this is our honeymoon." Wow, this is a normal person. Wow, that's really fast, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, keeps the things the same. Right, so we get to the cruise, and in our stateroom, because it was our honeymoon, my second honeymoon apparently, they have like chocolate.
All within 2 months.
Yeah, they have chocolate covered strawberries sitting on the bed, a big cake, all this stuff. The room's decorated like bon voyage, all this shit, right? Wow. And they give me this little note card, and it says, "Whichever day you actually celebrate your honeymoon dinner, give this to your waiter." So we waited till the last day. We went to the signature steakhouse on the which
Was
is like
it,
called Cagney's.
Yeah, dude,
Cagney.
crazy.
Dude,
they had the best porterhouse steak I ever
holy
had in my
shit.
life.
Yeah, dude, so good. So we eat our meals and everything. I give him a little card, and he looks at it, and all the waiters and everybody who works on the cruise ship is like foreign. Like there's not a single American worker on that fucking thing. Uh-huh. But he looks at it, he's like, okay. He goes, "I hope you have an appetite. The best is yet to come." He's hyping us up. I'm like, "Babe, are we gonna get like a bottle of wine? Like what's gonna happen? Like what's gonna be the present here?" Long story short, comes out with the dessert, gives us each like a fucking carrot cake.
Just a carrot cake?
Yep, just a carrot cake with raspberry filling.
Was it good though?
No, it sucked.
Oh.
And it's funny, I took a bite out of it and I was like, yeah, we're kind of full. Can I take this back to the room? Yeah.
Dude, did they have Oshie hands on your ship?
No, but they had it on the last cruise I went on Norwegian, which
Dude,
was
crazy good.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's so funny because like being on vacation, dude, I eat like a garbage can. So like I love McNuggets, like chicken fries, fish fillet. I'm in for all that shit, right? So one of the last meals we had, like I ordered like a fish sandwich, and like the way it described it in the little description underneath, I thought I was gonna get a fish fillet. Like it sounded like a fried fish sandwich, like great. It was a top-notch, high-quality fish sandwich that was like bun, lettuce underneath, and then like not fried fish, but like actually good fish that was like into a little patty. Smelled like fish. I hated it because it wasn't a fucking fish fillet. Wow. Like I took a bite out of it and I look at my girlfriend. I'm like, it tastes like fish. No shit, it tastes like fish, Chase. But I'm fucking drunk, so I'm like, oh my god, it was horrible. But because it was so good, that it was bad. Because I like Taco Bell and McDonald's and like.
Did they have the Manhattan room?
Yes.
Dude, when they have the live music, it's so awesome. You feel like you're in like a 1960s like dinner hall.
Dude, they had this like little bar thing too. I forget what the fuck it was called, but they had a Beatles cover band, which is called like the Beatles Experience. Dude, they looked and sounded just like the Beatles.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Amazing. Dude, I'm telling you.
I gotta go. You guys just wanted me with that.
You gotta
Dude,
go, bro.
You don't run out of things to do. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's just on the ship too. That's incredible.
Yeah.
No, well, you get off at islands.
Yeah, there's a
You
bunch
can
of
swim?
Well, you can swim. Yeah, if you
There's
want.
pools on the ship, but I'm saying you get off at islands. Like
No, I mean into like the ocean. Like, can you swim in the ocean?
I mean,
yeah, when you
the
get off
beach?
the ship.
When you get off the ship, yeah.
so like
Yeah.
ours went to like Honduras to Belize and then Mexico. So like all these little stops, they had like beaches and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there were supposed to be 4 stops. It was supposed to be Honduras, Belize, Costa Maya, Mexico, and then Cozumel, Mexico. But Costa Maya, the wind was really bad, and the guy like comes on the loudspeaker like 6 a.m. and he's like, "Yeah, there's like 30 knots coming." I don't know what the fuck that means. 30 knots. What the fuck does that mean? But apparently the wind was too bad, so like they took away our 3rd stop and made an at-sea day, which means they literally anchored in the middle of the ocean. So we're sitting there in the ocean, like not moving for an entire day. So I was pissed, and then I had the honeymoon card. So I'm like, well, it was my honeymoon, and we really wanted to see Costa Maya. So the guest service is like, well, we can refund you the port fees, so you'll get $14 back.
Oh.
$14. Okay, I mean, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a Karen. I'm not gonna freak the fuck out, you know. But
wow.
yeah, so like we paid for this cruise that's like 4 stops, and we only got 3 out of the 4.
That happened to me on one of mine. They refunded my mom. Like, I didn't pay for it. They refunded my mom like a certain amount of money.
Was it $14?
Hopefully it was more.
No, it was more than that. I don't know what it was.
I'm gonna fight Norwegian.
I mean, dude, when I went down to like the guest services, it was packed.
Yeah, 'cause everyone's pissed off.
Yeah, everyone.
That's why I
is
waited till the next day.
pissed.
I waited till the next day. 'Cause
I was
knew
like,
everything.
yo, first off, God bless these workers right here.
Oh,
'Cause it's
exactly.
not their fault.
Right, so I'm not the guy that'll ever be an asshole and be like yell at this girl, be like,
Oh
oh,
my
blah blah
gosh,
blah.
it was
The guy in
wild.
front of me freaking out on this girl, and he's like, I've been on Norwegian since 19 whatever, blah 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 blah. And it's like, dude, it's not her fault.
Dude,
you
I
know?
would go on a cruise. I met these same people.
You see them everywhere. You see them
every
everywhere.
year we went on, and we would hang out, and we would remember each other, and they were awesome. They were insane.
Dude, there's no better vacation than a cruise. I'm
No,
dead at
there's no rules.
Yeah, literally no rules. Like it's like you can't get kicked off the ship. What are they gonna do? Like throw
You
in the
walk
middle of
past
ocean?
the bar at like 8:30 in the morning. They remember your name first off, and
Hey,
what you
Chase, you
drink.
wanna know that? I'm like, yeah, fine, all right.
It's insane.
Yeah. And the funny thing is too, you meet a bartender you like, and you slip them $20 one
It's
time.
crazy.
The rest of the cruise, they're like, like I'm a big like Captain and Coke guy, and I'm like, oh, can I get a double Captain and Coke, dude? I give this guy one $20 bill. He fills up this Captain like for everybody here. For me, it's here with a
Dude, they
splash of
remember that.
Coke.
They remember that. That was like,
they want to get you fucked up because you're gonna spend more money.
Yeah.
did you have
smart.
the unlimited alcohol package?
Of
You had
course.
to have.
Yeah, it was included.
How
in
do
the
I
package.
always think like how they don't lose money on that? Like it's insane because people just drink.
Well, if you do the math, like the unlimited alcohol package, like it's like $100 and something a day. You actually spend up like $1,000, which like, am I gonna drink $1,000 in alcohol in a week? Probably. My girlfriend, no. She has a glass of wine. She's hammered.
Yeah,
like,
so I mean, they always say like only one person can use it, but I would go up and get like 3 drinks at a time, bring them back for all my
Yeah.
friends, my family.
dude, some of the workers are so busy they don't even. They take your little card.
Yeah.
They're supposed to scan it. And, nah, you're good, and just
Dude,
give
they
you all
got
the
some
drink.
cruise ships with like robot bartenders on it now.
Dude,
The future.
it's funny you say that. I gotta find this. So I took one of my first dates I ever went on with my girlfriend. We went to this. What was it? Fuck. It was a seafood place in Albany. Fuck. What's it called? Oh, it's gonna piss me off.
I got nothing.
Steak and crab or blue,
Black and blue.
black and blue? Is that?
No.
Black and blue is fire though.
You know, yeah, you know exactly where that
I've
is.
been there.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
What?
No way.
That shit bring. It's like here I am. Look at
That's
this.
in Albany.
Yeah, it's in Albany. I fucking forgot the name of the place.
Whoa.
So you like a waiter and a waitress that takes your order, but this little robot comes out and says, "Here I am," and like has all your shit.
I
Fuck,
actually
what
seen that on social media, but I didn't think it was like anywhere local or anything like
That's
that.
awesome.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is really cool.
Fuck, what's this place called?
I got nothing for you. I don't know.
I'm gonna get it ready. 59 Wolf Road.
No, I gotta go.
The Boil Shack.
The Boil Shack. Okay,
Boil
I've
Shack.
actually heard of that before.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna have to go there now. Now
Yeah,
you
we
sold
gotta
me
go
on
there.
that.
Totally fucking awesome. It was. Oh, I took my list away because I put it in my pocket. But yeah, I'm fucking amazing.
This whole
dude.
podcast is just one big giant advertisement.
I know,
For
right?
places and people to connect with.
But yeah, dude. So like, cruise, highly recommend.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
Gotta do it.
Now you're gonna
You
make
gotta
me
do it.
want to book one.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm literally looking at booking my next one. I told her, I was like, I want to do one every 6 months. I don't give a fuck.
It's so much fun.
so much fun, so worth it, dude. Like, you never run out of things to do. Even if it's 2 a.m, they got clubs and shit on the
Yeah,
boat,
it just
like,
doesn't stop.
Yeah,
Wow.
never stops. Unless it's like 5 a.m, then it's like, all right, time to go to bed. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We were talking about Billy Floyd again, of course, but he had 2 questions for you guys. So.
Oh, hit us with it.
Question number 1 from Billy Floyd. If you were in a room in front of 100 high schoolers, what would you tell them?
What would I tell them? All right, so you go first.
All right, I would just tell them to stick to your craft and just be you. Like, don't let anybody tell you nothing, because as soon as you walk out of this building and as soon as you graduate, none of what you think is going to matter.
Fuck yeah.
Ever.
Sway with the facts.
Nothing's going to matter. And once you realize that, I wish I knew it earlier. So if I was able to go back and talk to more high schoolers, that's exactly what I would say. Just nothing matters, and just do what you want to do, because you're going to do great things.
It's fucking crazy how much you care in high school.
Yeah.
And then you get to college, like, why?
You don't even talk to half those fucking people.
No, you don't.
Dude, I have like 4 friends from high school. Like the rest of them, like I'll
I
see on social
definitely
media.
still have my solid crew from high school, but like I also cared about other people's opinions as well.
Yeah. Dude, I cared so much in high school of what people thought of me. Like I was class clown, not to toot my own horn, but I was always like, I wanted to be the funny guy. Like I always cared what people think. And like now I'm like, none of that shit fucking mattered, dude.
None of it.
No.
I look back on that and I'm like, why the fuck did I care so much? I could have been focused on so many other things instead of that. I mean, at the end of the day, I am very proud of being class clown, like I've said a million times on the podcast. But other than that, like people care so much, and I cared so much. And then like once I hit college, I was like, fuck everybody, dude. Like not in a bad way, not like fuck you, but fuck you. But no, like I cared so much, and I shouldn't have.
Fuck what anybody thinks. You know what I mean?
Fuck what anyone
At the
thinks.
end of the day, you're not going to believe any of that stuff until you actually go through it. I feel like you have to go through it to believe. Like I was giving someone advice the other day about like a relationship, and I'm like, I've been through this, so I'm just passing it along to you. And I know they're not going to listen to me, but it's going to be in the back of their head, and I'm like, I know you're not going to listen to me until you go through it, and then you're like, shit. Mm-hmm. But you got to learn it yourself.
I'm the king of giving advice but not taking it. Like, if I'm going through something with my girl, for example, like, you can tell me anything you want to tell me, and I'll listen. And I'll be like, yeah, you'll hype me up all you want. But then when it comes to the conversation, I'm like, simp. I'm a total simp. I'm a simp by definition. So what were you going to say? So if you were in a room of 100 high schoolers, what would you tell them?
So I can't use the same thing Sway says, so I got to be original here. I would say that to chase your dreams no matter what, because there's no dream that isn't worth chasing. Because everyone's going to doubt you no matter what you do. Yeah. There's always going to be someone saying that.
There's going to be haters.
There's going to be a hater no matter what, and you got to use those people to fuel your fire, because those are the people that are going to wish in 5 years that they did what you could do. And
totally.
Like I said, they're jealous of you, and that's why they're hating on you. They're hating on you because they don't have the drive. They don't have the balls to go out and do the thing that you set your mind to. There's so many things that you can dream that, and so many things that you can obtain just by being mentally tough and strong and not listening to what other people say, that you just gotta dream, you gotta believe, and you gotta take action.
I'm a big believer, dude. If you want something and you apply yourself, you're gonna fucking get it. But
100%.
a lot of fucking people want it, but they don't apply themselves, man. If you eat, sleep, and dream something, you're gonna get that thing. But a lot of people don't want to take that step.
I said it to my class at Orange Theory the other day. I was like, because, I have people that come work out at Sunday.
Wait, you work at Orange Theory?
Yeah.
I have a friend in Chicago that works at Orange Theory.
Really?
That's so
Yeah,
funny.
I'm a head coach at the
he's
Niskuna location.
Yeah, he's the head coach too. That's so funny.
So, like, some of our studios
Shout out Steve.
Shout out to Steve, Orange Theory, baby.
Love it.
Some of our studios have Sunday morning classes at 6 a.m.
Who the fuck wants to get up for that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
And I always say, I'm like, these classes are my favorite classes to coach, because you have to want to be there at 6 a.m. on a Sunday.
I have a drive.
There are people that want things to happen, and there are people that make things happen, and you're making it happen by doing this.
Fire.
Like,
Sway agrees.
But there's so many, like I said, there's so many people that say they want this, they want that. You can get it if you just go for it. Like, I don't have enough time in the day to do this. Or the same people that are fucking sleeping until 10 a.m.
Is so long.
You know what I'm saying?
So many hours in the day.
Like, the same people that are like, I don't have time to work out, are the same people that sleep till 10 o'clock in the morning. shoot, I got up at 3:30 and worked out. Like, not saying everyone has to do that, but I made that time.
Not me. I sleep in. I'll sleep till 12. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but you don't work out.
Yeah, I don't work out. I don't work out. I don't care.
Same with music. I'll catch myself like, oh, I'm so busy between work. I'm a barber on top of working.
You're a barber too?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And then on top of barbering, like, I train people one-on-one outside of Orange Theory. It's like, oh, I don't have time to make music. Like, you didn't wake up early this morning. You did have time to make music. You could have worked out at
But you didn't
5
want to.
a.m.
You didn't want to.
instead of 7 p.m. And then I had from 7 p.m. to 10 to make a song. But now I worked out at 7, so I only have from 9 to 10 to make a song. And I just screwed myself. Like, there's always a way to fit something in. And if you want it bad enough, there's no one that can convince me that you can't get it.
If you want it bad enough, you can make it happen.
If you want it, you'll do it.
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's all about desire, man. Like,
And if you don't do it, you just obviously didn't want it.
or you didn't care.
Yeah, you 100%.
I mean, the thing
care.
about our generation too, like, we've all grown up with social media and stuff like that. Everybody just wants everything like, here you go.
We live in an instant reality of like, you want like food, you can microwave it in 30 seconds.
That's
you want
me. That's me. Shit.
No, but like that's just like we live in an instant thing. Whereas like you actually have to put work in to get somewhere. Whereas like life isn't instant like that. You can't just Google something and it's there. You can't just work out for one day and you're shredded. Like
I love the microwave though. It's pretty cool.
100% is
Like pizza rolls in the microwave.
I mean those are
bagel bites.
deadly.
Fuck me up.
What I'm saying is we think goals are like the microwave. Like you could just have it in 2 seconds, and that's just unrealistic.
No, you got to work for what you want, man.
100%. A small win every day leads to your big.
The coolest
your
thing
big
too
win.
is like when you work for something and you fucking achieve that. How good does that feel?
Feels
man?
so good.
So good. Like for example, if you guys make a song and it's a fucking banger, you have 10 people that are like, "Yo, this is
People
fucking
post
fire."
it on their story.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you're like, oh.
Dude, nothing feels better than like shit being like shit. You put something on social media, people are sharing on their story. It's amazing. For example, I just had a video go viral. It was my girlfriend showing my grandma how to eat a cupcake. I'm not sure if you guys saw that or not.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, I'll
Did
show
she
it.
break it in half and like put
Yeah,
it in
made it in a sandwich, yep.
Dude, someone did that at my work, and that was the first time I ever saw it. And then I started seeing it everywhere.
Dude, so on my Instagram here, I'll show you both. Shit literally has 13.6 million views.
Holy.
And it's literally my girlfriend just like breaking a cupcake in half, showing my grandma. My grandma's like, "What the fuck? Oh my god."
Bro, 1.1 million?
Wow. 13.6 million. Oh yeah, my second Billy Floyd question here. Hey, literally, this is a Billy Floyd question to a T. What situation in your life sucked at the time, but later on you realized that it happened for a reason and you became extremely grateful for it?
I mean, I feel like me and you could talk about this for hours. I have a million of them.
Oh, all right, yeah. I mean, depends how deep you want me to go. Like, there's difference.
Go deep, bud.
Go
With
deep.
the Garage Booze podcast, we fucking go deep.
All right, Kolbie, you go first.
I mean, I've told you this story a bunch of times. I have a couple of them. When my mom had a brain tumor,
Oh shit. I'm
that was
sorry.
one when I was 15. It just taught me literally how to be a man. Like,
Bro, that's scary, man.
scariest,
You literally said it in your song, too.
Yeah, scariest like moment of my life was that. And then I went through.
Is she okay now?
Yeah, she's good. Like, she's good. They got it out. I was 15, so it's been 11 years.
Damn.
And you realize, like, my football coaches were like, you can still come to practice, bring your younger siblings. I'll watch them for you. Like, I showed I had a community behind me.
Yeah.
Which was the coolest
Dude,
thing
football
to
is
see.
a community in itself, man.
Hell yeah.
I love playing football.
But then mine was, probably around, how old was I? I was 24 or 25. I had, how it is to have dogs.
yeah.
Like, you love them. My grandfather, who was my best friend
My grandparents are my
in
best
the
friend,
whole world,
man. Totally.
dude
Yep.
made me. My grandfather didn't miss a sporting event, didn't miss anything. When my parents couldn't bring me to a game, my grandfather drove me to Ohio to play in the 18 and under World Series because my parents couldn't take me, so he drove me.
I hate to cut you off. I'm going to be real quick. I'm sorry. But it's so funny because I fucking love my grandpa so much and my grandma too. But like, dude, how grandparents treat their grandchildren compared to their own kids.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's
Such
night
a
and
difference.
day.
Insane,
Night
dude.
and day. Like my grandparents were so strict on like my dad and my uncle when they were kids. But to me, dude, I was the golden kid. Like,
They called me the golden boy.
yes, dude. Yes, I fucking love that. Continue. I'm sorry.
So he was literally my best friend. Would critique me. We hung out every day. He lived right like my parents' house was here. His house was here, so I'd walk over every morning, and he would make me breakfast. He would make me dinner, and then he got cancer, and died.
Oh shit.
And it was my whole world crumbled. But to top it off, my dog of 15 years died 6 days after he passed.
Wow.
And then a week after my dog of 15 years died, I had gotten a puppy 8 months prior who died in the middle of the night, a week after that. So hitting 3 losses inside of 21 days.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Like that. Wow. Listen, I appreciate it. But when I say I look back and I'll always wonder why did this have to happen? But I would never think the way I do now or be who I am now if I didn't go through that. And because I went through that, I don't think there's anything in life that can mess me up or that I won't be able to go through, because I learned so much about myself in that little span of loss to just look at life a completely different way, as to be grateful for every little thing. Every time I leave the house, I won't leave without telling my mom, my sister, brother, fiance,
I love you.
I love you. I won't, I'm so grateful. Things that used to piss me off and I would freak out about, those things don't matter anymore, because I just realized how precious life is and how lucky we are every day to wake up and take advantage of every single day, because you don't know when your last day is going to be.
You never
True
know.
that.
And my last second could be me leaving this garage.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know that.
No, for
So
sure.
you just have to be grateful for every little thing. I started journaling about what I was grateful for every day because of things like that, and it just really kind of showed me how cruel and crazy life can be, but also how pure and amazing and beautiful life is at the same time. And you're going to go through things in life where you don't think you can handle them and you don't know how to handle them, but they make you who you are. And if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't know how to handle certain things. And since I went through that, there's nothing that I can't go through now.
Dude, kudos to you, because like exactly what you said, dude, my grandparents are my absolute best friends.
It's crazy.
And like, luckily for me, they're both healthy. They're like doing great, but bro, I am afraid because they're 91, 93. I know
it's the worst.
I know it's coming, man. And there's nothing you can do to prepare for it.
Nothing.
Because like I haven't had like a loss to that effect in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking terrified for it. I don't want it to happen. I know it's gonna happen. But the fact of everything you just said, like, you fucking powered through it, man.
Yeah,
Changed
you
your
have
life.
to.
Yeah, what else do you do?
And I know, like, now every time, like, I go to, like, slack off on something, my grandfather worked damn hard to make us awesome family and give us a lot of the things I had as a kid came because he worked so hard and
Same.
could support my parents, and then my parents could support me. And every time I think about, like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, like, he would want me to work hard and do those things, and like, I would never want to let him down.
Dude, my grandpa was a New York City firefighter, and like, it's not like here where like in this area you're a volunteer firefighter. Like this guy was literally climbing through fucking skyscrapers and shit.
Insane.
Like, and he's still kicking. He's very coherent. I'm so fucking grateful for it. But I know the time's coming, and sorry, Dad, to bring it up because I know it's gonna make him upset. But
I'll always be grateful for that.
Yeah, man. Like, grandparents are the best, man. I fucking.
But no, I mean, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be able to sing or rap about the things I did. I wouldn't be able to talk to the people the way I do or have the wisdom I do if I didn't go through that. And there's a reason for everything in life. Nothing happens by accident.
Yeah.
Good or bad. those bad things happen for a reason. You may not know tomorrow. You may not know in 6 months. You may not know in a year. You may not know 5 years from now. But at some point in your life, you'll figure out why all of that stuff happened, and it all makes sense.
I would not be where I am today without my grandparents.
Hell yeah,
100%.
dude. Best thing life has to offer.
Fuck yeah.
And like my dogs, bro. I have 4 of them now. Like they're
Dude, dogs
my
are the
whole
best.
life.
So good.
Like,
I love dogs.
My life.
Me too. Dude, like, I have 3 dogs, and, like, I go to bed at night, and all 3 of them are laying with me in bed, and I'm like, I don't even have to move.
This is the life.
I will still cry about my dogs that died, dude. That's what this little leaf tattoo is for. Cause she loved leaves. So the song that always makes me think of her related back to music is called "Autumn Leaves" by Ed Sheeran.
Love that.
Oh.
Do you remember the question, or want me to reinstate it?
No, I remember. So speaking of like sad moments, but I don't really view it as sad anymore because exactly what Kolbie touched on, like it's made me who I am. So when I was about 11 years old, just graduating 5th grade, moving on to 6th grade, so it was a transition. We moved to the middle school. I had a dad and a mom. The ones that adopted me, and one of them, my dad got cancer like within like that year, and he was only said it was like stage 4. He was only said to like live maybe like a year. He ended up living a year and a half. Passed away that summer in retransitioning.
I'm sorry.
And then my mom got cancer and ended up literally just dying in the hospital
So both your parents are dead?
within a month of each other at age 11.
Holy shit.
So when like Kolbie literally hit it on like the nail, like exactly. I don't view like it made me view life at a very young age extremely different. And I wanted to like not only like show other people that like we're gonna go through things in life, but like it's who you like it's how you pick yourself back up after those situations and keep moving. And I had what's the word, like I had it was a lot to me at that time. I was only 11 years old, so there were things I didn't really understand and things I'm still understanding, and I'm almost 27. So it just made me realize that like nothing in life is ever promised. Like Kolbie said, you know, anything can happen at any given moment. And just to hold your loved ones really, really close, because like I said, that just adds to my story. Like I'm not even supposed to be out here. Like imagine if they had passed away before adopting me. Like I'd still be in Russia. Imagine if this happened. Imagine if this happened. And I try not to think about those because I think about like what happened and why I'm here today and what I can do to keep going and to keep myself like as grounded as I am. So, yeah, it's a lot for sure. It's a lot. But I'm just moving, and I want to be like an inspiration to anyone that listens and to anyone that like has like suffered a loss, anything like, you know, anything can happen in life. Anything can happen. So you don't want to just like dwell on that. And it was really sad in the moment, but it's made me who I am today. It's made me like, it completely like, I had to, you know, grow up very quickly because of that. I had to deal with things that most normal kids, like people would look at me in school and be like, his parents, you know, all this stuff. Like it was kind of a really weird grow up, especially during such a transition from 5th grade to 6th grade, when you get put into like class with a bunch of people you don't know, because there's like 5 or 4 different elementary schools in my town.
Yeah, same
so
here.
I'm getting put into like, you know, all these random people, but
Middle school's all one.
Yeah, at the end of the day though, it really like helped me because I had to go through that, you know, like maybe like had that happened to me like later in my life, I wouldn't have been able to understand it as much, and I wouldn't have been able to handle it. Like everything happens for a reason, and I don't want to like sit there and be like, oh, like I wish this didn't happen to me, or like, oh, this had to happen to me. But at the same time, like it happened, and there's nothing you could change it, and there's nothing that can change it. But it's just really like changed my whole perspective on life. Like I want to live every day. Like I want to be like an inspiration. I want to do this because life can go away like that in an instant. And I saw it right between my eyes, like right there. So yeah, like it's a deep story, man, and I'm totally down to elaborate. Any questions you have, just ask me. Like I love speaking about it, because if you would,
I do have a couple of questions.
If you would have asked me this maybe like 10, 5, maybe even 5 years ago, like I might not want to talk about it. You know what I mean? But as I've gotten older, I've learned like talking about it, like is so much better, because like it's just it helps me, it helps people around me understand like we're not untouchable. Like anything can happen. So as like, I don't know, man, it's just a blessing to be here in every situation I'm in. And that's why, like, I feel so locked in at all times, because I'm never worried about anything, because it could all be taken away from me in a second. I'm just worried about what I have now and the people that I'm around and the support and the love. And like Kolbie does, is like literally text everybody. I'll always call my family members and let them know I love them, because you never know, like anything could happen. So yeah, it's not supposed to be a sad story. It's supposed to be an inspirational story, and that's me.
This was the conversation we had when we first met each other.
Holy shit.
The exact conversation. We didn't know each other, and we had this whole conversation for 2 hours before we made Found a Way, which is a song about
losing your loved ones
and finding a way.
Yeah.
So, like, is it okay if I ask you a couple questions?
Go ahead.
So, like, these were your adopted parents?
They were my adopted parents, yeah. So they came and got me. They actually found me through photos. They didn't get the chance to meet me or, like, visit me at all. They had to choose through, like, 100 kids' photos. And they said, out of all the kids' photos, I was the only one smiling. And I think that stuck with me, like, and, like, the way life is and how I move, because I'm such a positive person. And the way I look at things, I won't let any negative situations ever tear me down. I'll always remain positive, no matter what the situation is, because I know I can get through it, and I did get through it, and I'm still gonna get through it at all times. There's probably still gonna be situations that come up that I'm gonna have to deal with. But you know what I mean? It's life, and I was taught that at such a young age. So yeah, both my adopted parents, they came and actually flew out to Russia to come get me, came back, and here I am.
So if you don't mind me asking, so they both passed away. What happened to you after that? Where'd you go?
I had to. So I have a set of aunts, which was on my dad's side. So my dad's sister and her partner lived in Albany, right off in College Town, actually, like right on Ontario Street, where all like the college kids go and everything. So I moved in with them, and I have a sister too. So it's me, not my real sister. It's another. They adopted another girl from Russia, like 2 years after me, from a different location. So she's my I just grew up with her.
Sure.
So
she's your sister.
She's my sister. I view her as my sister.
Yeah.
So we moved to Albany, and everything was like going, whatever. So that the whole middle school, I'm living there. But then by the time freshman year hits, I'm starting to get in like arguments with them. I feel like I'm the only guy in the house. Like I want to move out, and I actually wanted to move out to live with my uncle, who was my dad's brother, who was living at the house I grew up in. Like he took over that house and was staying there. So then they eventually agreed. I moved back with my uncle, and I thought that was going to be better. Like, I love my uncle and everything, but he gave me way too much freedom, and I kind of like abused the fuck out of that. Where like I was just, going out, staying up late, going out to parties, like hanging out with kids I shouldn't, just because I had all this freedom that I didn't have before with like my aunts. They would like keep me, and I couldn't go anywhere. I was in Albany and stuff. So none of my friends lived in Albany. None of my friends would do all that. So I lived with my uncle for like about 5 years. And then finally, like when I finished high school, and it was like a couple years later, we didn't really see eye to eye. We still love each other. I still talk to him all the time. I decided to move out and live with my friends and just like pursue music like crazy. Like I was already pursuing music while living with him, but like this was the point where I knew like my life was changing, and I had to like really, really pursue music, because this is what I want to do. This is how I want to express myself. This is who I want to be. And I lived with some friends, moved out, slept on couches, did all this. Eventually ended up meeting my girlfriend of 6 years. She moved in with me, but I still hadn't had a spot, so we were sleeping on couches together. We're going from house to house, all this, and now we finally got our own apartment. We've been there for 3 years. So right now it's just me and her, and the dog sitting business and the dogs that we watch. So Yeah, I moved in with my aunts, went to my uncle's, then moved out, stayed with friends, and now with my own apartment.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah. Maybe one day I'll write a book, you know? There's just so many things I want to do in so many like directions. It's unlimited. And that's what I love about life is it's unlimited.
You can do it all.
You could literally do it all. You could do whatever you want in this life.
anything.
And you don't have to worry. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's the beauty of life in my opinion.
Life is beautiful.
It really is.
And you only get one, so don't fuck it up.
Literally.
100%.
Literally.
You only, like, that's why I tell people when they get so mad or upset, like, you only got one of these lives. You can either spend it being happy, doing things you love, or you
being negative
can
as
spend it
fuck.
being negative as hell.
Yep.
And not doing anything that you like, which life is better.
Yep.
100%. One of the coolest things I think Sway ever said to me was after we made, I don't know if it was Get What You Want, when we were sitting in your room and we were talking about like friendship, and you said to us, you know, I love you guys so much because I've never had a blood family. The only family I've ever had was a bond, and that's all I knew, and you guys have given me that family feeling.
Yeah.
And that resonated with me so hard because you've never had like blood. But blood doesn't always make you family.
That's
Not
true.
at all.
And I've
Yeah.
learned that, and I've learned that through several people too.
And-
Like, it's okay.
Totally agree. I'm 100% agree on that.
What you said, you were just like, I've never had blood family, so I'll always look at you guys as family, and because I don't know what that feels like. And I was just like, damn.
That's why I can't wait to become a father, honestly. I can't wait to look at, you know, my own kid's eyes and see myself in it. Like, that's something I truly cherish, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait for that moment. And that's why I value, you know, my friendship so much, is because I didn't really have that set into my mind where it was always like, you know, if we were close and we created a strong bond, like, you're family, because that's what it's always meant to me as from a very young age.
True that.
When you share stories like that the first time you meet each other, you know you're destined to be friends no matter what.
Big facts. Like, holy shit, man.
That song was emotional, dude. When we performed it the one day, literally, like, I had to stop because of my voice was getting so shaky. I just felt
Didn't
it.
we both like
I was tearing up when you were telling me that, by the way. Like, I was like, holy shit, dude, you've been through a lot.
But you know what? It's as an inspiration, man. Like, look at me as like an inspiration. Don't like I understand, like, feel all the emotions, but like look where I am now. Like, look at the type of person I am. Like, look how I hold myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This, I'm not saying dick. I don't mean to sound like a dick by saying this. Like, it wasn't like a I feel bad for you. It was
Yeah.
like a holy shit, you're an inspiration to me. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, that's fucking amazing, dude. Like,
That line you have in Found a Way, I literally get goosebumps every time I listen to that song.
which one? Every line.
I
is-
never thought you'd leave me alone. Instead, you just leave me to grow. That's what I'm saying, dude. He spit that, and I was like, yo, that was the most, like, I don't know where it came from, but it's facts. Like, you never thought they would leave you, and they did. And
you were so
you've
fucking
grown
young,
into
dude.
that person as to who you are.
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know?
Exactly.
It's cliche as fuck, but so fucking true.
Always.
And I'm a product of that, and I'm never gonna change. I love myself, and I love everybody that's around me.
Hell yeah, of course.
Wow, that shit's fucking deep.
You say nothing happens by accident.
Nothing.
No, I'm just kidding. I
That was
tearing
good,
up a little.
though. That was good.
No, that was awesome. Holy shit, dude. Like, I didn't know any of that. Kudos to you, man, because that's a fucking struggle. Like, I'm sure.
I'm glad. Shout out to Billy for asking that question, because I needed to talk
he
about
knew
that.
where we were
Yeah,
going.
He
knew
knew
where.
he set me up for that one.
Shout out Billy Floyd to the Billy Floyd podcast. Like,
He definitely knew
wow.
some of what was coming when he asked those questions.
That conversation went way better than I expected. No offense to both of you, but like, I did not expect a 2-hour episode at all.
No.
So we're gonna break it up into 2 parts.
But that's
It's
what
gonna be
life's
fantastic.
about, is like not expecting the unexpected. You know,
Exactly.
you never know.
You never know what's gonna
You never
happen.
know.
You get
Never
you get
know.
3 real people in one room that can just talk, and life takes its turn, and here we are.
Fucking love it. So without further ado, folks, I'll see you nerds next week.
Signing off.
Peace out, nerds.
Hey nerds, please don't forget the #1 way to support the brand. Buy some merch. We've got hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and it's all available to you at www.garageboozing.net/shop. And don't forget to follow on all your favorite social media accounts as well as YouTube at Garage Boozing. And of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, whatever the button may be, to the Garage Boozing Podcast on your favorite podcast platforms so you can be notified as soon as a new episode is released.
Ladies, gentlemen, and nerds. Do you have what it takes to be a guest on the fastest growing, alcohol chugging, and nonsense talking podcast? Well, now is your chance. The Garage Boozing Podcast has new guests every week, and you could be one of them. Just simply log on to www.garageboozing.net, click the Be on the Show tab, and submit your information. It's that simple. Join the boozement, or be a loser. Don't miss your chance, because we're taking this to the moon.